Essentially, it's once you strip away the science fiction and the fantasy of it, it's essentially the story about a man standing kind of at the crossroads of his life, looking down the barrel of 20, 30 years, trying to figure out who he's going to be for the rest of his life, you know, who he wants to be for the rest of his life. Does he want to evolve, change, and become a better man, like the better person that he always wanted to be when he was younger? Or is he going to hold himself back and cling to romanticized versions of things that he's already done in his life when he was younger and stagnate emotionally, basically? So, I mean, it's essentially a story about choices and having the strength to stand behind those choices. I think for the most part, you know, I mean, definitely for me, for like the last 6 years, I've been, you know, kind of trying to let go of a lot of excess and a lot of garbage in my life, you know, and just trying to distill it to that, you know, the essence of just being a good man, a good father, a good husband, you know, just trying to be a better person, you know. And in this industry, it's certainly not encouraged for the most part. So in a lot of ways, it's fighting cliches and it's fighting, you know, tired anecdotes and just really kind of crappy behavior. Yeah, I mean, essentially the albums are split in a way that we wanted to kind of create an event around them and treat them more like a movie than like an album. You know, we split the album in half. And then split the story in half as well, so that, you know, part one will have the first half, and part two has the second half, and you know, and that in a way allowed us to, you know, do some really creative things with the packaging and whatnot, and with the artwork and everything, and really allow us to do things that had never been done before, package-wise, and to, you know, kind of recreate the excitement of when an album comes out, you know, like that. You know, when I was growing up and when Josh was growing up, you know, when an album came out, especially an album you were really, really excited about, it was a journey, it was a ritual, you know, and it was like this thing that you planned your day around, and you really wanted to, you know, spend time with it and study the lyrics and study the liner notes and whatnot. I mean, it was a whole thing. And now, you know, people just, and they have it, you know, and there's no anticipation in that, you know, there's no love in that, and that was one of the things we were trying to recreate with this.
Yeah, I mean, well, for us, actually, the reason why we decided to do the lyric videos is because of Jim having, you know, surgery, and he's recovering right now. Next week we're actually going to shoot the proper
videos.
Big budget video for both songs. It was more of just kind of giving the fans something for now until we could actually get the real videos out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of comics my whole life, you know, and followed various companies and writers for a long time, and it was something that, you know, you kind of throw on a list of things that you want to do, you know, and to create a comic and, you know, and write it, not to draw it. I can't draw for anything, but, you know, this was just the perfect project that afforded me that opportunity, you know, and I found a really good company to help me do it, and we're going to release it as a 4-issue miniseries, you know, and of course, you know, basically splitting the stories in two, and hopefully release it next year. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that just adds that extra element to the story, you know. I mean, you read the story with the music, and you can listen to the music, and then you get the very visual half of with the comic and whatnot. And yeah, I just thought it was a perfect way to complement it. That's my end game, really, I'd love to make these into 2 movies, you know, and I'm kind of in a position where I can do that, you know. I have the film company with Clown from Slipknot, And I've met some really, really creative people who I think would be able to do this perfectly, you know, but I haven't spoke to them yet, so it's not like I can just bust them out right now, but yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it kind of lead towards that, but you know, that's still a long ways off, you know. I mean, right now we're just excited about getting the music out for people, and you know, and hopefully as, you know, the albums come out and people get more and more involved with it, then our stage show can kind of evolve with that, you know. Not from a success point, you know, maybe just to kind of better ourselves, you know. You know, it was a lot of work, you know. Essentially, we did 2 albums in the space that it takes to do one, and you know, whereas Audio Secrecy, you know, for all intents and purposes, took 6 months to make 1 album. So for us, you know, it was double duty. It was, you know, just trying to keep everything really creative and enthusiastic and whatnot. But, you know, I mean, you can't live by other people's pressure. You know, you can only live by the pressure you put on yourself. And I thought we really rose to the occasion. I mean, Xmas was such a, if I can be allowed this, was just such a big fuck you to people, which I thought was great. But at the same time, you know, people really loved that fucking song, so it was, yeah, I mean, and at the same time, you know, all the proceeds went to charities, and we were able to raise, I think, like 20,000 pounds, something like that, maybe a little more. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I mean, it's stuff like that I don't strive for, you know, like I'm not looking for the opportunities. Honestly, they just kind of come to me, and there was just something that it was a lot of fun. I got to help some people with it, and no other ideas have come to me like that. But you know, if they do, you know, you never know. I tell you what, there's nothing so satisfying as being at a festival playing an acoustic set while Slayer is playing on the main stage and playing SpongeBob SquarePants for a very, very heavy metal audience and having them all sing it back at you. It was fantastic.
That was brilliant. Where did that idea come from? Honestly,
I learn stuff like that all the time, and I don't really know why. You know, I think maybe because, you know, my son just loves that music, so I know SpongeBob SquarePants. I know the Scooby-Doo theme song. I know all these weird songs, you know. So but I'm also that guy that when I'm on stage, I love to kind of fuck with the audience a little. So I was just like, I wonder how far I can push this today, and oh my God, they loved it. I love it here. I don't know about you. I love coming here. What's your favorite thing about the UK?
The driving on the wrong side of the road.
Yes. Yeah. Or excuse me, the other side of the road. Let's be nice.
If you're rebellious.
I love all the sun. But it's fantastically sunny country. No, I honestly, I love coming here. It's one of those places that when I see it on a tour schedule, I mean, I base everything around that, because I just know that A, I've got good friends here, B, I've been here enough now that I kind of know my way around a little bit, and I just really enjoy it, you know, and the fans are just fantastic here.
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go.
This is an exclusive
God,
here.
No, I wish. Yeah, God. I'd love to just pretend to be the Stig, maybe for Halloween or something, but
you can start rumors.
Nobody's gonna believe that. Nobody would buy that I'm the Stig. You know, people are like, Court Taylor says he's the Stig, and then the Stig comes and finds me and kills me silently. So that would be awkward. You know.
Yeah, well, it's a good end.